This is so exciting. Hi, everybody. Oh, gosh. Okay. So Miss Lydia has set me up with this really cool new system where I'm actually going to be able to share my screen, and I'm really excited about that. So in just a minute, because there's still about 2 more minutes, we will do that. So live. I'm still trying to learn all of these things, still trying to figure it out. But I'm so excited. I'm excited to share the story with you today. I'm excited to share the animal with you today. And today has been a little bit crazy, but that's okay. So it doesn't tell me that anyone is watching yet. I'll wait and see if anybody hops on to make sure that it works. Okay. Well, I want to, sorry, throwing stuff around. Like I said, I'm going to wait till 5 o'clock. I hope that you guys were able to watch last week. Last week we talked about the dove and the story of Noah's Ark and how God's love never fails. And I just, we're so excited about that. Ooh, I see that someone's watching. We're almost there at 5 o'clock. Let me know who you are. I'm on this really cool system. It's actually broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube, which is really cool. But I can't see who's on unless they make a comment. So please comment and tell me that you're here. And remember that all comments get entries into the wheel for a prize of $10 of a gift card to your choice of a location. And so I'm going to share my screen here in just a minute, and we're going to spin the wheel and get that started. So it is 5 o'clock. So let's get started. So I'm going to share my screen, and well, that's great. Share screen. Yes, I want to share my entire screen. And share audio. Share. Why is nothing happening? I'm pressing the button. Oh no. Okay, so why aren't you letting me share my entire screen? Dang. Okay, well, we're going to do one application at a time, I guess. All right. So where did it go? I'm sorry, y'all. Stay with me. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. I know what I did wrong. Okay, here we go. Thanks for being here. Share screen. Yes, share. I really do want to share my entire screen. Oh, that's all I have to do. Okay. Share entire screen. Okay, cool. Got it. Be careful. Got it. Okay. Yay! Here we go. All right. So we are going to go here, and we're going to spin the wheel. So we need to come back and look at this and see. It's like do. Okay, so it is bigger. Okay. All right. It's time to spin the wheel. I'm going to shuffle the names. All right, here we go. So these are last week. Anybody who commented on the live last week, this is their entries. So as you can see, it's really small. So we have lots and lots of comments. So every comment that you make Every comment that you make counts towards it. Okay. So whether you do it live or later. So before I was until Thursday. So it was like Wednesday to Thursday, but now it is up until the next Tuesday. So that means that anytime between now and next Tuesday, if you watch this and you comment on it as you're watching it and you answer questions, your name will go into the drawing. Okay. So you have an entire week to watch it. All right, here we go. Let's see who wins. Who's it gonna be? Ryan! All right, awesome. Okay, so Ryan Hermance, write it down so I don't forget. I need you to tell me where you want your $10 gift card to. So exciting. Okay, and then next week you will get, see, that's all I have to do. This is so cool. Guys, this is like game changer. This is a really cool system. Next week, you guys will have the opportunity to do that again. So all you need to do is watch it, like I said. So Ryan, congratulations on winning this week. And just let me know where you want your $10 gift card to, and I will get that to you. I have a feeling, I think I know, because Ryan has also been coming to Sunday school, and Ryan knows that every 5th attendance to Sunday school, you also get this prize. So he has actually received this prize twice already. So he will, I'm pretty sure I know where he wants to go, but I'm going to let him tell me. Okay. All right. So if you are here, if you will please just give me a comment, just say hi, because I really want to see what it looks like on this screen. I want to make sure that comments are coming through, because I don't see any comments. So, if you could, that would be amazing. All right. So we are talking today about, let me make this where I need it. Okay. So we are talking today about frogs. Okay. So, oh, okay. Yay. Hi, Ryan. The comments are coming through. Woohoo. Okay. All right, so is that Elizabeth or is that William that's commenting now? How are you? Thank you so much for commenting. I can see them, and that's really exciting. Apparently, I can show your comments. Why not? Let's play. Okay. Now I don't remember. No. Okay, show. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so Ryan wants a Nintendo gift card. You got it, Ryan. Okay, now how do I, oh, and then I can hide it. That's really cool. Okay, sorry, I'm playing. Let's talk about frogs. Okay, first off, I want to know, do any of you guys, do y'all know where the frogs are in the Bible? I mean, other than, of course, creation. Like, why would we be talking about frogs today? Does anybody have an idea of a story in the Bible that has to do with frogs? Because I'm going to be honest, it took me a minute to think of when I saw that the frog was our devotion this week. I was like, I don't really know. So, and you can put it in the chat if you think of it as I'm saying it. So we are going to be in the Old Testament in Egypt. I swear. Look at you knowing things. So we are going to be in the Old Testament. We're going to be in Exodus. It's chapter 8, 1 through 15. The video that we're going to watch kind of encompasses all of Moses' life. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And that's where it kind of shows us where the frogs come into play. So there is an airplane. Camelot. I love it. There is an airplane that is called it's in the Air Force, and it's like the most powerful airplane ever built. And it's called a B-1B Lancer. And it's the most advanced military plane ever built at the time. And the B-1B was an early test of like stealth technology. So it was designed not to just evade radars, but also to evade like anti-aircraft missiles, and it had like a supersonic speed. It was large and powerful, and it was the fastest plane that was ever created to go into war zones, and it could drop bombs and then get out before anybody could shoot you down. But as awesome and powerful as this flying machine is, there's a strange, tragic thing that happened in the 1980s. While flying a routine practice mission over Texas, this happened over Texas, the B-1B went down and crashed. And the plane was not taken down by enemy fire, and it did not suffer a malfunction. It was actually taken down by a bird. So there was the advanced bomber was cruising at a speed of 600 miles per hour when a 15 to 20 pound bird, they think it was a pelican, smashed into the plane on the side of it, not even into the motor, but smashed into the plane on the smooth, aluminum skin. And the collision caused a 3,000 degree fire, and the plane, crashed to the ground. So as great as our technology is, nature continues to remind us how small we really are. In hurricane season, like we're experiencing now, when storms, they come through and they can just completely rip up everything that we're doing. I know, poor bird. It could completely rip up the land and the strongest buildings, or a tornado. Neighborhoods can be just torn to the ground, and we can see that with this bird took down the entire plane. So God is powerful enough to make a world out of nothing, to hang the sun and the moon and the stars, and to flood the earth, and is not impressed by man's ability to create things. God is not impressed by political power either. God is truly all powerful, and when God puts a plan in motion, the earth cannot stop it. So today's Bible story is not about a pelican or even a bird, but it's about something pelicans eat for breakfast, which is, what is it? It's a frog. Okay. It's also a story of the most powerful man on earth and a stubborn king who refused to listen to God. And the king's stubbornness and his pride is going to cost him his kingdom that he dearly wanted so much that he defied God. So we're going to watch a video real quick so this is where I get to, hold on, show my streaming skills. So we're going to watch this video real quick of kind of just a recap of Moses, and we'll see if this works. Okay, what? Press that button. No, I want it to be the bigger one. There we go. Okay. This should be exciting. Except that's not very loud. Okay, here we go.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Moses. This is Moses, who was an Israelite born in Egypt in a time when Israelite boys were not supposed to live.
Once again, this is from YouTube. This is a group that puts on these videos that I think are absolutely fantastic. I do not have the rights to this. They do give you permission to share it.
Wait, huh? Moses, however, grew up in the palace of the Pharaoh, the very man who was enslaving the Israelite people. When Moses grew up, he made a big mistake. So Moses ran away from Egypt to the land of Midian. After many years, an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses and told him to go back to Egypt to free the Israelites. After much protesting, God granted Moses his brother Aaron to speak on his behalf. So Moses went to Egypt. And on his way there, he met Aaron, who was ready to do whatever God wanted him to do. The Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians, but God had a special plan for Moses.
Hey, everyone!
After rallying God's people to them, Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh. And said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, has said. Let my people go." And Pharaoh made the Israelites work harder because...
Okay, so this kind of is skipping over. It's just like showing some of the stories. So, for example, Moses's staff turning into a serpent. So he did that to show that God was with him. So, which, is a little weird because the serpent, as we just learned, the snake was the one who cursed, was part of the curse. So anyway, we're just going to skip over that. And so there's just little tidbits in here of things that Moses did. Like I said, it's kind of like a recap, and done very quickly.
Because of this. The foremen of the Israelite slaves were angry with Moses and Aaron for causing this trouble. So Moses cried out to God and asked why this was happening. But God said, "You will see what I will do. I am the Lord. I will deliver you from slavery."
Okay. Hey!
Moses told this to the people.
Hey!
But they were so discouraged that they didn't listen to him. God told Moses to go to Pharaoh and to do exactly as he said. So Moses and Aaron went to the Pharaoh.
Hey!
God told them to take the staff and throw it down before Pharaoh. Pharaoh was not impressed. He called his wise men and sorcerers, and they did the same thing. But Aaron's staff swallowed up the sorcerer's staff. Yet Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he would not listen to them. Just as God had said. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the banks of the Nile River and meet Pharaoh."
So this is when he turns the river into blood.
Hey, Pharaoh! Oh, man!
Moses and Aaron did just as God had said. But again, Pharaoh's magicians did the same miracle, and Pharaoh refused to let God's people go. So God sent 9 more plagues to Egypt to show his power.
Okay, so there's our frogs.
Even with all the suffering, Pharaoh's heart stayed hard, and he would not let the people go. On the night of the last plague, Pharaoh woke up and heard a great cry in Egypt. For there was not a house in Egypt where someone was not dead. Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and told them to be gone with the Israelites. So the Israelites left Egypt immediately and made their way to the promised land, taking with them many riches from Egypt. And they took Joseph's bones as they had promised him many years before. But after they had gone, Pharaoh changed his mind and readied his army to take back the Israelites. When the Israelites saw Pharaoh and his armies come, they were terrified. But God made a way for them. Through all of this, the Israelites saw the great power of their God, the one true God, and they put their trust in Moses, his servant.
Okay. Close that too. See, I'm doing this. I'm getting good. Okay. All right. So that at the end of that, we saw the parting of the Red Sea, and that is a little further into the story than we are going. So the Israelites were God's chosen people, and they had been enslaved for hundreds of years, and God was determined to free them. So he sent Moses to warn the Pharaoh that there will be consequences if he defies God. But the Pharaoh believed that he was a god, so he refused to listen. And that's when those plagues swept across Egypt. And it wasn't until the Pharaoh's son died that the Pharaoh finally admitted defeat. So it's a sad story for the Pharaoh. So chosen people, yes. So God does not want people to be enslaved. And in this part, in this section of the Bible, it's very focused on saving the Israelites. So they were being oppressed, and so God wanted them to not be, is the easiest way I can think to say it. So so God is truly all powerful and uses all of the earth to do God's will. So the plague of the frogs and the other plagues are just one side of the story. The other side of the story is how God chose Moses to rescue the Israelites. Moses was an outcast. Moses was adopted. He was the adopted son of the Pharaoh's daughter. And my favorite story about Moses, my favorite thing, is that, because remember Moses in the basket down the river? So Moses was rescued by Lydia. I'm so glad Lydia doesn't like frogs. Okay, Moses was rescued by the Pharaoh's daughter, but then given back to Moses's mom, but they didn't know it was Moses's mom, to be his nurse. So he was technically adopted by the Pharaoh's daughter, but he was still raised by his mom. And I just think that that's like awesome. It's one of my favorite stories. That's my favorite stories. So my favorite thing about the story. So the frogs were, there was a plague of frogs, and brought all sorts of fun things to the world. So Moses, like I said, he was Pharaoh's adopted daughter, but the previous Pharaoh, not the one from now, obviously, but he fled Egypt after he murdered someone, and he spent 40 years in the wilderness before God sent the burning bush to him and was like, come on, you need to do this. So Moses was not a bold speaker, and that's why his brother Aaron went with him. And God gave Moses and Aaron the words to say. And then God backed up everything they said. So Moses said, okay, if you don't let them go, there's going to be frogs. If you don't let them go, there's going to be this. And it took a long time for the Pharaoh to listen. So like his own flesh had to pass away. So when God said the Israelites would be spared from the coming plague, God made sure that was true. So as these plagues were happening, and as all these bad things were happening, the Israelites were not affected. So slowly but surely it started to sink in. And even then the Pharaoh still didn't want to believe it. So when we read about how God uses power to help Moses and the Israelites, we can find faith and stand for God as well, because we can trust that God will make us witnesses for Christ when we say no to peer pressure, and we choose to do what we know is right. So we know that God will give us the strength and the courage to help serve and help others. No, one of the plagues was not this. This was not sent from God. COVID-19 was not sent from God. God is here to help us. God is here to help us through it. But God does not send things to hurt us. I think a very important thing to look at here is that this is from the Old Testament. And Jesus, there's a line. Jesus changes things. And there's redemption, and there is some understanding there that wasn't before. So anything bad that happens in our world, in our life, is not sent by God. Okay, not even for a minute. God is also isn't going to be able to stop all the bad things, but God is there to help us. Okay, so keep that in mind moving forward. God is always there to help you and to love you and to walk with you through the hard stuff. God does not cause the hard stuff. Just doesn't. So God is more powerful than any storm. And exactly, God is good. And God is greater than any king or government on the earth. And when the Israelites cried out to God, God heard their cries, and God heard their cries and saved them. So we can cry out to God in our time of need as well. And that doesn't mean that everything's magically going to be fixed, but it does mean that God will be with you, because God hears your prayers. And we have faith, and we know that God is powerful and that God will be with us. Okay? Will you guys pray with me? All right. Gracious God, we are so grateful to you for all of our blessings. We are thankful for frogs. All of us, maybe not all of us, but the majority of us are thankful for frogs. And we know that you are good and that you are here for us. And we just ask that you continue to remind us of that and help us to see the good and be the good in the world around us. In these things, in your name we pray. Amen. Okay. So it is time for trivia. Okay. So wait, what do I gotta do? Close that. I'm still learning all of these things. Okay. I want to go back to this screen. Woohoo. So I'm still there. This is so fun. And then I'm going to open up my trivia, and I'm going to press this button. Okay. So here we go. So this trivia is just a little bit different. And oh no, the way that this is, I can't see y'all's answers. So y'all are just going to have to answer, and I'm just going to give like 5 seconds to answer. Okay. So this one's a little bit different. It's a word scramble. So it's a sentence and the word is there and the letters are there, but you have to figure out what the word's supposed to be. And that is the end of the slideshow. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Okay, here we go. No. Ah! Escape. Escape. Okay. Here we go. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. So the Israelites were prisoners in the country of, what could that be? Okay. All the letters are there. You just have to unscramble it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Egypt. Ryan, I know you got this because you said it originally. Okay. God chose a man named Samoso. There's no Samoso in the Bible. What is that supposed to be? To save God's people. Okay. God chose a man named blank to save God's people. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moses. Samoso. Wonder if everyone who watches this, we should all start calling Moses Samoso, and then we'll know who's watched this. Like, do you know about Samoso? It'll be a little inside joke of ours. Moses told Pharaoh, there's no Pharaoh, to let God's people go. God, there's a song that I know. Oh, let my people go. I don't want to say it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Oh, let my people go. Huh. You're welcome. Okay. God sent 10 plagues, including a plague of Gursifor, to Egypt when the Pharaoh refused to listen. So what could that be instead? A plague of the animal of the day, frogs. And nothing can stop God's plan because God is all parole. Also not a word. And I know that you know what it is. Nothing can stop God's plan because God is all 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Powerful. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to come back over here to me. This is so cool. Okay. Let's stop the share now because I don't need the share anymore. All right. So a couple more questions to give you options to fill in questions on the side. Hi, church family. I'm so glad you guys are here. Y'all snuck in when I didn't see it. Awesome. Ellie is thankful for frogs. I love that. I'm reading back over here. Ooh, watch this. Watch what I can do because this is so cool. Where'd it go? No, come back. Okay. Look. Ellie is thankful for frogs. This is the coolest thing ever. Lydia, this is so cool. Okay. Okay. Moving on. I'll stop saying okay. All right. So, questions that you can answer to put into the comments for points. Have you ever picked up a frog? Ooh. Have you ever picked up a frog? Miss Alyssa? I don't remember the last time I touched a frog. I don't. I feel like I probably have picked up a frog, but I don't remember the last time I touched a frog. I don't know. And I don't want to say this to the church family because next thing I know, there'll be a frog on my porch for me to do something about it. Okay, so what did God do when Pharaoh said no to setting God's people free? What did God do what did God do when the Pharaoh said no? Okay, so these are just kind of some review questions. So Lydia, I'm just going to tell your story. Lydia said that she had a tree frog fall on her head when she was in a car. So it came through the window. So it was quite tragic. And so now she's not a fan. So those are those comments that you are seeing there from her. Okay. Why did God send plagues to convince the king to let the Israelites go? So why did God send the plagues? Okay. And is there anyone or anything more powerful than God? Why or why not? Is there anything or anyone more powerful than God? Can God use power? Can God use power? And how do we experience God's power? That's a big question. Those are big questions. I can't wait to see what you have to say to all that. Those are big questions. Okay. All right. So for those of you just tuning in, we spun the wheel at the very beginning for last week, and Ryan won himself a $10 gift card, and he would like it to the Nintendo shop, and I will get that for him. And so you have all week to watch this and comment, and every comment is an entry into the wheel So make sure that you are sharing this with your friends so that they can comment as well. Roscoe, if you're out there, bud, I still need to know what you want because I don't know from last week because you won last week. So, and you have the whole week. So I'll spin at the beginning of each Wednesday night. So you have the whole week, and then I total them up on Wednesday morning and get them all put on the wheel. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday morning and Sunday school, if not before. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm absolutely loving this, and I miss you guys. All right, y'all have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.